decent. Okay. So, I had to recruit this guy to help us out with the reading today because there's... Yeah, and now my divine masculine doggy is drinking water. Which to me is just, like, him making his presence known on camera. His name is Dominion, which represents the tier of biblical angel that enforces karmic law on Earth. That's why he's kind of like a police dog. He's a Belgian Malinois. And then this alligator, to me, I kind of had the idea that I was gonna sell these as wards to anybody who wants one of these to absorb negative energy from like reptilian kind of people around you, like real cold-blooded motherfuckers, you know? So I keep him around with me whenever I go out. I live in a military town, and around a lot of like racist people. So there could be something like going on. Cause I'm about to read the request for the reading for everyone else to know what's going on. But I know that you mentioned that you feel like you're being like either like scapegoated or left out. I'm gonna read it just so everybody's on the same page. So it says, for 1 year straight, I've been suspicious of my supervisor from my retail job. She's a Virgo. I have reason to believe that she's been using magic, smear campaigns, and cyberbullying to cause me to spiral. I have not addressed this to her because I'm not entirely sure it's happening. I just feel it in my energy. And I feel she's recruited other people, my coworkers, and I'm the butt of a big inside joke. I've tried ignoring this, but I want immense clarity to either press charges or to fight. So first of all, thank you for, trusting me. And also, I wanted to let you know how synchronistic this reading actually was for me, because I feel like I've been going through something very similar. There's actually a retail store. It's kind of like a thrift store in my town, and I have to walk by it on my route when I walk my dog like twice a day. And we have like this like combative kind of relationship between like me and one of the women that works there, because I know her to be a witch, and she actually works with similar spirits to me. She works with dragon spirits, also kind of reptilian. So and in that case, like, because of that mirroring vibe, I'm inclined to like really want to tell you to feed into however you're initially feeling, like whatever you're picking up on for a reason. Because this lady okay, so I have a special connection with like crows and ravens, and it's known in the community that that's kind of something that like is my thing, because like I just interact with them in public, and like you can literally hear me talk to birds if you're around me when I'm talking to birds. But yeah, so she has a skeleton hung up as like her Halloween decorations now, and there's like a crow lady, and then she like has the skeleton bent in all like weird ways. And when I was walking by it, here comes the trash people. As I was walking by it, like something in my spirit was like, she's trying to like use that as a representation of you. And it's so funny that the trash is literally being taken out. And I just posted a collective message right before I got back into the personal readings today about tying up loose ends. It's tying up loose ends, taking out the trash. Like, and I'm on my period. I'm like one of my last days of my period right now. So I'm also purging. I'm sorry. I don't want to stop, like, and I feel like that's your energy. You're like, you hear all this chaos happening in the background. It's very close, but it's not like really even a problem, because you already know that this can't hurt you and that this is like a natural process. And like, there's even something to gain from the fact that my trash is being taken out, because now there's more storage. So now the waste that I already have that I should have taken out this morning, I have space to take it out. There's going to be a lot of clear open space in there when I decide to eventually get to that. So anyways, I actually want to take some time to talk about this lady. So let's just kind of get into her energy and see what this is about. And honestly, I'm glad that I have a clear reference point for someone in my own life that I can, like, compare this to because it's gonna make this a lot easier. And I'll give you a little bit of background about my lady just in case there's anything synchronistic for you that confirms this even deeper. So she kind of like physically weaker than me. So there's like a energy of jealousy, and then also the fact that her craft hasn't worked on me only inspires her to like keep trying new things. So she's been pretty inventive. And there's also been defamation of my character amongst a majority of the people in the area because I've been, if you guys don't already know, I live in this marine town. And when I first got here, I guess I kind of came as a shock to the community. For numerous reasons, and initially because I was like the outsider, they wanted to like label me as like a terroristic threat or someone to like be wary of for whatever reason. Like there was a lot of demonization of my character, and there has been for the past year since I've lived here, just because, you know, initially I wasn't seen as a person of value. I was seen more as like a liability to the previously established structure. And all because of the things about me that actually were like the best things. Like it's the fact that I am detail oriented, that I'm thorough as a person, I'm aware, I'm intelligent, you know? It's just that I'm not also at the same time an easily controlled or manipulated person. And I feel like people like these like qualities of your elite stature until they kind of feel opposed by them or are challenged by them just because of how elite you actually are. So what about this lady do we need to know? Or does Alexis need to know? What about her situation with her supervisor, the Virgo? Do we need to know? I actually have Virgo in my moon placement. And my moon is in my 12th house, which has a lot. Okay, so you might, something about your identity could trigger this person's subconscious self. So like you could be more comfortable demonstrating yourself as the truth of yourself, whereas this person has like the similar or same truth, but does not want it to be known. Hold on, I have the heater on and now it's getting too hot and I'm starting to become uncomfortable. Yeah, I don't know if you guys heard that. I live in an old ass house, and actually I think there's lead like in I think there's actually lead in this house. Okay, anyways, we have the toad, listening, and secrecy. So yeah, I really wouldn't be surprised if there was some kind of like nasty gossip going on about you. Like once again, defamation of character, or even just like invasions of privacy also with like determination and mental energy. This is someone once again who like is determined to see the outcome that they want. So if they're not getting it immediately, they're gonna persevere for that over the long term. And they have like, I don't know, I think this person is impatient to see you down, but I also think that they're committed to that process. So this isn't someone who you should expect to like meet in the common ground with. Like there doesn't really seem to be common ground because this person's committed to opposing it. Maybe because they see you as a threat to something that they feel possessive over, like their hoard. Yeah, we have a cat, independence and psychic powers in reverse. So I think this person probably understands that maybe your abilities match theirs or even outgo theirs, that you can kind of see through them. And that could be part of the reason why they could see you as a threat, is your ability to see through them. And if you see through them and then you begin to like explain or spread your dissenting opinion to them, then that kind of puts them in a position of like not having the control that they feel like they need to feel secure. The B, they see you like as someone who disrupts the function that they feel best supported by. And that's the reason why they're dedicated to opposing you, is because they feel they need to be. Like, in some way, they feel their natural loyalties lie, like, kind of elsewhere. Which is why I kind of, like, was picking up on that, like, maybe, like, this person could be, like, racist or something. Or, like, you know, like, they just have committed to having a certain perspective that puts them at odds with you. It's something kind of like that. And even if it's not, like, racist, it's something about you that they feel like they need to oppose. Or just want to. Or have the position to. There's nothing especially dominant about this person's energy, but they're in a position of superiority. Obviously, they're your superior. So, I mean, I feel like this person could have even gotten to where they are through some kind of, like, shadowy way. Like, they could have manipulated something about a situation, maybe even with some kind of sexual energy. So they're not, like, it doesn't feel like they're very physically strong. It doesn't feel like they have a lot of confidence necessarily in themselves. And even if they do, it still feels like they need other people, like, or at least, like, they feel like they need the masses to still support them in what they do. So they're committed to having control over group opinion, which makes you have to be the outsider as the person who can see them for who they are. I actually just watched a YouTube video, like, it was a parody of Analyzing Evil, if you've ever seen that, by The Vile Eye. I love that shit. And it was, like, the dude was talking about his own stepdad, and he was talking about how the stepdad, basically came in, like, a couple weeks after his dad, like, disappeared, and then started to, like, just pretend to be his dad, and then, like, manipulated his mom into becoming, like, behaving in a way that made him the outlier in his own home with his own mom. So, yeah, you're gonna be on the outside. Expect to continue to be scapegoated by this person. Expect to kind of, like, go your own way or feel like you need to. High School Musical. Inner world, curiosity, invisibility, revelation. Yeah, I think this person is, like, watching you all the time. I don't know if you have, like, cameras or something, like, this person can see you on at work. But if you do, I guarantee you they're watching you. And they're looking for, like, things to, like, be upset about. You know? So stay on your P's and Q's once again, like Hedgehog had those natural defense mechanisms. And almost be hyper vigilant about, like, ways you can avoid being punished. Because I feel like the level of observation that's happening is like it's somehow to be expected, but also somehow, like, goes beyond what's necessary. So, like, if this is, like, a camera situation and, like, there are surveillance cameras, this is, like, someone, like, they're all oh, okay, I don't know if you guys, I don't know what the hell that was. Okay, sorry, next time I'll put my phone on Do Not Disturb. I think that was intentional sabotage. I have suspicions that that person may not actually be my real friend. This is someone who, I was close with, actually, at one point. Like, I used to, like, drive a long-ass way to go pick her up, because she didn't have a car. And she never gave me gas money. But I don't really, it's hard for me to make friends. So if I, like, you know, I'm willing to do a lot to keep people around when I like them. So I think I might have overgave in that situation. But then now, like, time has passed, and then she's, like, blowing up my phone. And I'm like, okay, but, like, dude, what, the timing of it, especially, like, while I'm working, it's like, are you trying to mess my money up? Like, dude, Come on. But whatever. I don't know what that's about. I don't know. Let's just keep moving forward. And you, I think you spoke about like your coworkers also being included in this plot. That could be what that is. It's like there could be some kind of network that goes beyond your understanding, and there could be some people trying to like figure out an access point. So just beware of everybody at this point. If you aren't already, like, just, yeah, like, keep your defenses up. Remain independent. Prevent yourself from being codependent in any kind of way and any kind of like new relationships, because I feel like once again people are trying to find their way in. Like, that would be the only way to have the effect on your internal world, is to be in your internal world. So with the magic and everything like that, like, I definitely can relate, because I've even been having like marks appearing on my body. Like, you might maybe even want to specifically increase certain amounts of like intentional protection, like use your magic wand here if you aren't already, in whatever way that you feel called or know how to do that. Like, whatever protection you have, or whatever rituals you need to kind of be initiated into. Like, you might want to start taking up new routines. Sometimes I do like salt showers, and I just take like a regular shower, and then afterwards I just like rub salt on my body. It's kind of like exfoliating, honestly. So, like, you know, even if you don't see it as neutralizing energy in the way that I do, it's still like, you know, exfoliating. So just exfoliate, you know, like really rub off that dead skin, like get that dead weight off, because I do feel like you're probably carrying weight here from just like all the attention, even just the attention on like the quality of your like uniqueness and the joy that you have as a free and individual person who's like confident in that. A lot of people just like want the method, you know, like they want the method. And I think God is using you as the narwhal to be the one to be the one who gives the method. So don't shy away from that leadership role, because I do feel like that's the value of this for you, and that's why you're protected throughout this, is that you're being sent into like hell as, you know, the person who's gonna be scapegoated for the darkness at play. This reminds me of another situation that I'm dealing with in my own family right now, where I just look like the bad guy, even though I'm not. I just happen to look like the bad guy. It's just easier to look at me that way, because I guess there's like circumstantial current waves that just depict me in that way. I don't even really know how to explain it. And I don't think that you're meant to be trying to explain your perspective too much right now, because I don't know that everybody's going to even be able to hear it, just because of how unique it is. It's like maybe you had to be there to kind of like really know. So it's like, you know, just work on building your stability and letting your work kind of speak for itself. Like, just keep showing people what you can do. Like, this is like an 8 spider energy. This is like your brain. You're really smart. And that's probably most of the reason why everybody's so insecure around you all the time, is because it's really clear that like you're on a different level entirely than them. It's like abundantly obvious that you're on a different level of depth. So, you know, your skill like goes beyond 90% of your peers. You're very distinct, very like one of a kind, very like novel. It's hard not to kind of admire you. And admiration in like in the hands or like in the hearts or in the minds of people who aren't healed becomes jealousy. And you're going to continue to deal with that in every probably environment you're in, which is why it's so important for you to know how to create that security for yourself, even after it is destroyed. But the good thing is that this skill that you have, this ability to weave webs in any position, to catch traps for yourself, I mean, you can do that over and over and over and over again until you die. So you're never going to be fully trapped in any kind of way. So if you find out that you can't make something happen where you are, you can move somewhere else and also make something happen there. And that's something that like your guides want you to know. Like you are free to move in a more independent route and make something for yourself away from all these prying eyes, if you would like to. And there's something about what you are able to do when you're alone and how you are when you are alone and maybe not spectated that allows for some kind of extra self to come out or extra shadow to come out. I feel like okay, what's going on? Why are you breathing like that? You okay? Yeah. I feel like you already know that this situation is what it is. That this person is bullying you. That they're doing magic. Like, you already know that, really. So I'm glad that I could confirm it, but I feel like there's another point to this reading. Beyond all that. So let's try to figure out what that's gonna be. And that could be part of the value of this process for you, is figuring out how to reframe this situation for your benefit. Like, if this person has behaved in some kind of way that was discriminatory towards you, in a way that's like evident, and you can like prosecute in some kind of way, then like boom, now you can transmute the energy into power in some kind of way. Or if it's like you hear this confirmation and now you just know that you want to move into a different environment because you know this one isn't better, this one isn't very suited for you, then like boom, now you can do that. But or you might even decide that there's a value to like overcoming this boss and then absorbing their power, moving on to the next level. And then that's also another path to power or success as well. So once again, that narwhal energy is your freedom of choice after this information, after you fully accept the fact that you're not crazy and you know what's happening, you get to like strategize around that from this objective place that gives you a new feeling of freedom, even understanding that there are people trying to set traps for you. Because once you understand that they're trying to set traps for you, it's like really easy to look out for those traps. And you'll have like less to be actually anxious about, because even if they do set traps, it's gonna get to a point that it becomes evident. And then that puts them in a position of being capable of being exposed, which then will make them want to come back entirely in order to save themselves, which then is like basically submission to you. I think you're encouraged to like look at the situation and see yourself as the one who's in the most power, and know that this attack on you wouldn't exist if you didn't have the power. I think that you're being developed into someone who has a lot more confidence in what they bring to the table. And you may not have a lot of that confidence because you may know that you're like young for what your skill set is, or you just like, you know that you come in an unlikely package, and so you like maybe dull yourself down. But this is a good time to kind of like step into more confident energy and like kind of go balls to the wall, like really assert your value in the world, like tell people what you can do and how they should expect you to behave. And be creative about who that version of you is, especially if you are already in the energy of wanting to like rebrand. Yeah, Sky, powerful people do attract powerful ops. Exactly. That's why I have beef with the federal government right now. Well, not really anymore, at least on my side. I mean, I don't know that I ever really did have beef with them before they had beef with me, but you know, politics. It's really not that hard to have beef with the title. I'm learning that isn't really too hard to do. Okay. So, what is the value of this conflict? This is also a Sky deck, so shout out to Sky. You know, I actually literally thought about pulling the dragon out of the box and like doing this reading with the dragon on my lap. So Sky, you might actually. Oh! And Sky literally got sick. Somebody put some kind of negative energy on Sky, and she literally got sick. And then I think at one point she told me she started to break out on her face. So yeah, like people in your environment being haters, it's definitely happening. You need to be aware of it so you can protect yourself from it. Like, I made it a point to put on my arm warmers. Arms are Gemini energy. Third house, your local community, your siblings, your coworkers, your classmates, your community, the gym, whatever. What's the value of this conflict for Alexis? 5 of Cups. I don't know why they haven't been focusing. Okay, that's kind of annoying. It won't focus. Four of Pentacles. Like, it's not clear. So, let the situation fully play out. Just like hold on to your knowing of truth and just let like all the cards fall on the table, kind of a thing. Because I really do feel like there is some kind of like golden opportunity that's gonna like float down, but that's happening in divine timing and probably after the storm. It's like through enduring the storm that you get the reward. You have to show some kind of like fortitude in order to earn this. But then once you earn this, you're in a very comfortable position. And it's not like anything you have to worry about leaving. Like your value is increasing through this energy. If it's not a promotion, it's just like the opportunity to be seen as someone with an additional weight. Like you're increasing in like weight class. You're becoming a bigger deal through fighting this fight. By doing that in an ethical, stand-up, fortified way. And by being like the last man standing. And you can do that because of how grounded you are. Whereas I don't know that this other person is as grounded because clearly they're attacking you out of this place of insecurity, which is something that you don't really seem like you would do based on your value system as the Queen of Pentacles. You're like the nurturer of things, which is another quality that's really admired about you in the workplace. So you really are like thorough and can be trusted to perform in your role in a way that allows things to grow rapidly. And people enjoy being around you and sharing space with you and sharing creative values or collaborating with you seems to always pay off. People feel seen and comfortable, like this is parallel play. Which is like a thing that neurodivergent people often really like to do together. People who like are introverted and like to have people around but struggle to interact directly with them. I just heard, I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. This is Icarus flying too close to the sun. This is also the Chariot, which is a battle. And the Knight of Cups is like chivalry, so this kind of feels like the principle of the thing, you know? Like you're chasing after your ambitions because you know that you deserve them. And you're not letting anybody kind of like treat you poorly in a way that you know you don't deserve because you have a certain, like, I don't know, like machismo, or like need to defend the self and the identity and the masculine ambition. Continue to be that way. That's like attractive about you at this time. The Tower. Yeah. This is coming at the end. Like I said, oh my god, didn't I say absorb the boss? So, like, when this person's position of authority falls, boom, here comes the opportunity. So, just wait for it. And I just heard now, I'm hearing now, Bet on It by Troy Bolton. Troy Bolton, son of Zeus, you know, like, you could be on some Hercules shit, you know. So you already have the golden ticket. You're already Willy Wonka's choice, you know. The fates favor you. Just hold tight, stick to the course, and eat the pain. Because there could be a point in time when you come into a similar position to those who are opposing you right now, and you're gonna wanna know how it feels to be on the other end so that you can decide whether or not to inflict the pain. Because it's like you're gonna have the ability to be this like destructive force probably in someone else's life. That's how the circuit closes. Like you get smited and then you smoked, you know? I don't think that's actually the correct do that, but you know. Bet on it, bet on it, bet on it, bet on it. Today is the day. Am I the kind of guy who means what I say? Bet on it, bet on it, bet on it. Like, yeah, you're a serious dude. Clearly. So keep, like, showing up with that, like, iron fist. Like, you know, reptilian. Because that's what you're dealing with. So if you're not in that energy, you might become a victim of that energy. Like, yes, you are a very sweet and kind and well-intentioned person, but don't be so, I have to curate an image that you're not acting out of self-interest. Today is the day. You're the kind of girl me. I see. Queen of Swords. Be defensive. Like, that feels really important. Like, if you need to bark and bite, then do both. Then don't worry too much about losing your position in that, because you're stable. Whatever you have, you're entitled to. And so the defense of it is not something that you have much to fear. The Devil. It's hard to pick that up. Hold on. Here's the 7 of... Yeah, there feels like there's some stuff going on here. Okay, so let me just actually give a little bit of context to what's going on over here. So this is a ring that I wear on my index finger, which is like an identity finger. And so I'm charging it with some crystals that I want to kind of help me create some purpose, some identity in the world on my right hand, my producing side. So producing my identity with the help of my ring, I'm using this like owl crystal. I got carnelian, amethyst, and tiger's eye, and then like according to like the directions. So this is south, this is north. You know. So I know that this is south, this is north. I don't remember which one is which. Okay, hold on. Never eat soggy wheat. Never eat them. Whatever, dude. It's not that important. Actually, yeah, that's the thing, though. That's the thing, because there could actually be a point in time when you need to know which way you're gonna go, and that could be where this confusion is coming in, because you're like, what is what? Who is who? What am I doing? And where am I going? I think that's part of what the karmic, like, transaction is an opportunity for you to figure out more clearly what you want from the situation that you're a part of, so you can identify whether or not your submission to it is actually valuable. Didn't I just say that you can absorb someone else's power to make money? Like, someone else's destruction comes to your benefit here. Or at least, like, transmuting the pain that they cause you allows you to gain status. I'm hearing, take a look at my girlfriend. She's the only one I got. Not much of a girlfriend. I never seem to get her. I just heard Boss Baby, but, like, it kind of feels like you could be a breadwinner or something like that. Like, and like I said, I'm charging up my purpose ring. So there could be some, like, commitment, like some really greater, like, deeper commitment over a long cycle that you're about to, like, have. Like, you're maybe about to make a choice here that, like, locks you in for the long haul. And there's, like, action on the other side of that. And then you'll just, like, passively receive. Like, you'll always be able to kind of count on receiving from your direct involvement, if not bondage, to this, like, action. This is almost like get into a car accident that you weren't, like, at fault in. You might have to, like, maybe you broke a leg or something, but, like, boom, you're kind of rich instantly then. And then, like, your biggest problem from that point on is just, like, resolving the internal pain and confliction. But ultimately, you're locked into some kind of position of status and deservingness of being kind of catered to for what your value is that no one can really deny. So it's like a mutual obligation of, like, we have to treat you like you deserve to be treated, and then you have to be involved in the action. Contribute to the action. Okay. The aftermath. If you don't leave this environment, then I really feel like life's what you make it, so let's make it rock. You have a lot of options about who you could be, and you may need to take some time away to figure out where you want to go and what you want to do. That's the Sun in reverse. There could be some, like, more soul searching for you to do as a person, as it relates to, like, the presence you want to have and, like, what effect you want to have on other people. And not all of this has to come quickly. The beginning. Lots of void space here, like limbo. Reminds me of Inception, when, like, they had an architect that could literally build worlds. So whatever, like, internal progress you're, like, man, whatever like prestige and like status you have, whatever like substance your character is associated with, it translates very well into potential for happiness and success over the long term in the material world. Like you're a builder, an architect in some kind of way. And if not of like physical things, then of like the mind and like of ideas and the ability to like share those with people who would feel united by them in a way that they would then like encircle themselves around you, giving you this maybe unconventional leadership authority position. This is you like, it's not necessarily like cult leader, you know, per se, but this is like, you're the Zeus. You kind of become a god amongst men. Like you are, through the full integration of everything that you are, naturally differentiated, naturally a leader, naturally trusted, naturally bountiful, not naturally abundant, and naturally like having gravity, having atmosphere, having climate, having independent weather. You're like within yourself an entire system. So you're complex in a way that is easy to appreciate and admire by others. Not that you're gonna want to collaborate with everyone though, because I think you know what's what and who's who, and there could be someone coming in very specifically, because you're the Queen of Swords over here with the Four of Pentacles. You're like kind of like holding your ground, maybe entertaining like small fries occasionally, and then there's someone very cold-blooded creature over here. Perhaps a shark. And they love you. And you may be apart. You don't really seem to be very focused on each other. But I do think you recognize each other as being of value to each other. And like the same. Like I can't really like, they're not gonna, like they don't touch here. But they are together. Understood as a pair. So that could be some kind of like romantic situation where you've met someone who's like in your element. Intellectually specifically, because this is swords energy. So this is someone that you would say is like an intellectual equivalent. Maybe like funny, accomplished. Like, they're sitting on, like, this throne with, like, blood dripping off of it. Like, the swords. So this is someone who, like, you both are sitting, like, around a lot of dark void energy. So this is this pairing. And, like, usually the devil romantically can be, like, a karmic situation. I don't know that this is a karmic relationship, but it definitely isn't a situation that's, like, in like equilibrium. And if it is, it's like in a way that rests you separately. So this is a situation that stagnates in your separation. Like that's the result of it in equilibrium at this current stage. Because you both have bonds to other things. Like I said, this person is kind of like coming out with their Ace of Cups. So they could be having some kind of spiritual awakening or just like gaining empathy. It's kind of what this feels like. Because this is someone who didn't really probably have that much of that before. And then you are like defending self and learning how to be treated with the level of respect that you deserve. Maybe after not having much and just sitting under a tree like Buddha when he gave up like the throne to gain enlightenment. So you could have even had to like take some L's here occasionally in certain areas, like taking some hits here. But it kind of like lends to your value. If you think about it, everybody has seen you get treated like absolute shit and still be awesome. Like, that goes to say something about you, and that impression is not gonna fade easily with like fixed fire. Like, you have status now for your endurance, for your competence intellectually, for your skill set. That's my cat. She only ever wants to be around when the door's closed. I swear. But she's an Aries stellium, and she has that in my 8th house. She's uniquely capable of pissing me off. So let me just open the door. Little piece of shit. You little fuck. Yeah, I don't give a damn. Alright, so let's see what the closing guidance might be. I'm hearing Florence and the Machine, Kiss with a Fist. I listened to that yesterday. I listened to it a lot when I was in middle school too. I also listened to a lot of Lana Del Rey in middle school. Well, forever, really, like since middle school, but I love her. She's definitely like top 3 artist for me. Oh wait, no. Okay, because then I was hearing that song Sad Girl by Lana Del Rey, and there's 2 queens here, 1 king. So then I was like, wait a minute. I was talking about someone else absorbing someone else's position after someone was attacked. So there could be some kind of sideline situation where there is someone who's in a relationship. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, there's someone who okay. There could be someone who you know is like with someone else. And there's someone else who's like trying to hold on to them. This is a toxic relationship, probably. Or just like imbalance. They have love for you though. But they're like locked in with this person. And they're maybe like married or like just more solid or like official relationship. Whole time though. Hold on. This person's very like. You see how the hand is coming from this king over to. Like, kind of like. This little, okay. I don't know how to explain it to you guys how I'm saying it. But this is the Queen of Pentacles. And we have the beginning in here. Like, somebody might want to leave someone else to, like, start a new relationship with you. Like, they might be getting close to realizing that what they have, they don't really want. And they want to they want to take some kind of action to change something that requires them to walk away from something else and build with you. Even if you are in a different element. And that could be the beginning of something new. And this could be the start of something new. It feels so right to be here with you. Oh, and now looking in your eyes, I feel alone. It started something new. That's I don't know, bro. That's the kind of what I'm doing. So let's just see. We have Enchanted. Yeah, I think somebody is in. And now I'm hearing that Despicable Me song. I'm having a bad, bad day. It's about time that I get my way. Steamrolling whatever I see. Despicable Me. Someone's in a destructive energy because they realize that they're unsatisfied and that their satisfaction lies elsewhere. For you, it feels like you are the satisfaction and that you're about to receive something from something or someone else that lets you know that. Like, this is you, like, literally receiving this Ace of Pentacles. Like, that's what is happening for sure. Like, no doubt about it. You're receiving something because you're fated for it. You've earned it. You suffered for it, you know? But that comes at the, like, destruction of something else. And I feel like it's really attractive to other people what you're capable of going through. And how independently, yeah, you're able to transmute all this dark energy. Like, the average person would feel totally overwhelmed by the circumstances that you dominate. Which is why, if you are this Queen of Swords, that's kind of like giving me, like, Daenerys Targaryen, like the Dragon Queen. Like, that's the version of yourself that you're developing in this energy through the exposure to this pain. Like, your own Dami Mommy. We have forgiveness, full moon. So, you know, I don't really like to give too much advice about forgiveness. If you'd like to forgive, you know, forgive people. But also, don't forget anything. Because these people aren't likely to, like, not just suddenly, like, not be your enemy anymore. Even if they run out of, like, steam to oppose you directly. Like, they're kind of probably cemented as ops on some level. And that's just, like, the karma that you have in those relationships. So it's not even, like, you have to be, like, upset about it or take it personal. But just realize that not everybody really is, like, coming at you with face value. Then we have how at the moon, process your feelings. So yeah, like I said, as you continue to, like, transmute this pain, you get closer and closer to, like, the breaking point when you can receive the blessing that comes after. Like, the karmic cycle, after you climb the mountain, you get the reward. So you're about to get your cookie. You can look forward to that in the future. Knowing that you're protected and that your gravity is increasing through, like, once again, the transmutation of all this darkness. So yeah, thank you so much for booking this reading with me. I hope that this helped you and gave you the insight that you needed to move forward in the situation, how you see fit. If you're wanting to, like, somehow get some money, that feels like that comes through, and also with angelic divine assistance. So good luck. Bye. And that's hidden, by the way. Maybe, like, wolf spirits or, like, some kind of shadowier energy. Because not all of these moon cards are dark. Like, a lot of them actually have color. So, you know, it's kind of significant to me that these are all, like, shadowy moons. Definitely, like, alluding to, like, the dark arts here. If you're worried about someone doing magic, then, like, yeah, like, for sure these. But, yeah, like I said, thank you for watching this, and I hope that this helped. Bye.